Alright guys, so I filled in all the counts, 1, 2, 6, 11, and 7, that adds up to 27. The cumulative frequencies went 1, add these up, get 3, add these up, get 9, add all these up, get 20, add all of these up, get 27. I divided them all by 27 and I got 4, 11, 33, 74, and 100. Okay, here's my job. I have to get a number line on the bottom here, and this will go up to 100%, just like when we do a relative frequency histogram. So I'm going to fill this in with percents. 1, 2, 3, 4 marks. 1, 2, 3, 4 marks. I'll put the percent there. And now this has to start it. We'll start it at 50, and it's going to go up to 75, right? Okay, so 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75. And I'm going to make a mark at each one of these. 4 marks in between each one. Okay, now I go to this 4% and I put it at the right side of this interval. So 50 to 54. There's my 54, and I'm going up to 4%. That's going to be about right here. Oops, I put that above 55. I'm such a loser. Pretend that didn't happen. Then I'm going to go to 59, and it goes to 11%. So there's 59, and I'm going up to 11%. Then I go to 64, and it's at 33%. So there's 64, and 33% is maybe right about here. Go to 69, and we go up to 74%. And so I go all the way up to 74%. That's going to be right about here. And then at 74, I'm at 100%. Now, what do? You put a point at the origin, and you connect all of your dots with line segments. That, ladies and gentlemen, is an ogive. It will always be increasing because I keep adding data values. It will always start at 0 and will always end up at 100. And so here's my label, heights, and here's my title, student heights. Okay, here is the information we get from an ogive, and I believe this is the last thing we'll do for today. You approximate the median. Well, how do you approximate the median? The median is the data value that represents the middle 50% of the data. 50% of the data. So look, take 50% and go straight across until you hit the ogive, and then come straight down and approximate your median. So I'm going to say this is approximately 65 inches. Approximate the percentile for someone in this class who is, let's call them 67 inches tall. I just made that up. So I'm going to go to 67, that's right here, and I'm going to go up until I hit the ogive. Obviously, this is bigger than the median, so the percentile will be bigger than 50%, right? And then once I hit the ogive, I take a left and I go straight across until I hit my y-axis. And this looks to have landed, now this isn't the best scaling job ever, but it landed before 60, so I'm going to call this maybe 58%. And so it's 58th percentile. Okay. I'm going to say estimate the first quartile, which does not fit on that line at all. I'm kind of a loser right there. Oh, you know what? I got a better idea. Estimate the IQR. Maybe that's what was supposed to fit on that line. I'm so smart. Okay, so to get a quartile, to get the interquartile range, I need Q3 minus Q1. Well, let's go find Q3. Go all the way up to 75% on here, because Q3 is where 75% of the data is to the left. So there's 75 right there. I'm going to go straight across until I hit the ogive. I should probably use, a ruler for this or something, but I'm just estimating. So it looks to be somewhere around 68 or 69. We'll write that Q3 is equal to 69 inches tall. Okay, the Q1, that's the first quartile, is a place where 25% of the data is lower. So I go 10, 25. I draw a line until I hit my ogive. I go straight down, and it looks like that's about 61. So 61 inches. So what is the IQR? The IQR is Q3, 69 inches, minus Q1, 61 inches. I'm estimating that the IQR is 8. Now, if you and I are both doing this by hand, we both might have slightly different numbers. They should be pretty close, though, right? And so if you think, here is the 25% mark that I talked about, and here's the 75% mark. That comes down to here, okay? I'm going to make this a little more obvious right here. what I'm saying is that distance is about 8. That's a representative of the IQR. Estimate the percent of students in this class who are between, let's say, 60 and 70 inches tall. 60 and 70 inches tall. Well, I'm giving you inches, so you got to start here, right? So let me switch up, just so this is starting to get a little filled here. I'm going to go to the green marker. I'm going to go up from 60 until I hit the ogive, and I'm going to go over until I hit a percent. That looks to me like, again, this isn't scaled very well, but it's less than 20%, so let's call it 18%. And then this 70 inches mark, where's that? 74, 73, 72, 71, 70, right there. So I'm going to go straight up until I hit the ogive, then I'm going to go straight across until I hit my percentages, and it looks to me like it's maybe around 85%. So the percent of students in this class who are between here, well, look what I just found out. 85% are less than 70, but I don't want everybody less than 70. I don't want to count these people down here because those are less than 60. I want between 60 and 70. So since 18% are less than 60, here's my people right here. So what I do is I go 85%, that's a 5, it just doesn't look like it, minus 18%. And 85 minus 18, that's way too much math for me to do in my head, so I'll go 85 and I'll subtract 18. And 85 minus 18 is 67% of the students are in between 60 and 70 inches tall. That's day 1 of section 2.1. Your homework will be on Canvas. Have a good day, everybody.